How's it going, Kike here? Welcome back to NHL 20, Buffalo Sabres franchise mode, home of your, and you can tell it's fantasy mode because it is home of your two-time repeating back-to-back Stanley Cup champions going for their three-peat after a big offseason where they had to ship out a real valuable veteran in Josh Bailey. I almost called him Justin Bailey again. And we will miss him, but as a result, we were able to bring in, we brought in like a first-round pick, and we were able to bring in Elias Anderson as a replacement and as a third-line center. Because we don't actually need a replacement for Bailey. We have plenty of players. But all that is beside the point. The point is, it's year 5. That's in the past. The Stanley Cup Championship rear view mirror. We are going into this season trying to win. That's what we're trying to do. So we're going to come here to the end of preseason and see how we do, even though it really doesn't matter. Just see who's playing, what's good, what's bad. Okay. Oh, and we also lost our goalie, Jakob Markstrom, right? Jakob Markstrom. He left. I think he was 33. He wanted to go on to greener pastures because I guess signing with the Stanley Cup champions is, I guess there's better teams out. I don't know. I'm not really sure. This game, Jokiharju, a big period for a lot of teams, or for a lot of players. 4 goals in the first 2, or through the first 2. Bjorkstrand. Oh, yeah, we brought in Oliver Bjorkstrand as well. I'm sorry. I do record these like a week apart, so sometimes I forget, all right? So let's get into that third period, and we get a Nick Suzuki goal. Nick Suzuki probably on the trading block this year. Gonna be honest. He's a little expensive, and he's a little too much for what we need. I mean, he's playing fourth-line minutes, and he's sure as shit not getting a better opportunity. Not win. Oliver Bjorkstrand is sitting right there and is hopefully a better player. And we got Alberts, and we got Kaut, and we got Yarncroke, who's old, but still. Michael Dalcalz can easily replace him, and he's cheaper. And Mike Riley. Oh, that was a good one. I forget who's the left defenseman. It's Robert Haig, isn't it? He actually played better. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go in with the Mike Riley, Robert Haig. We're going to go with a rotation on those two this year, just as I guess a courtesy to them both. I think Mike Riley was our D-man, if I could remember. Yeah, scratches. There we go. He was our D-man. He was that 6th guy when we won the Cup 2 years ago. Yes, he was. He had 2 points. He had 2 points last year, too, in 24 games. But he had a goal, and I think it was like a big one too. I'm pretty sure it was a game winner. Yes, it was. It was a game-winning goal. That's fantastic for Mike Riley. So we're gonna let those two guys platoon for that last D-man spot, because I mean they're cheap and they keep wanting to come back. So it's really not a concern of mine. Not worried about the cap. We should all be good on that. We're not worried about waivers. We're gonna keep Dalcall and Riley up. Scouting, yeah, who cares? Because they've been good troopers, those two, and that's important. All right, we're going to slow sim, or we're going to full sim the first game, and then I think we're going to do 2 weeks at a time and see how the team's doing. Roman Josi right off the bat on Igor Shesterkin. It's hard to tell which team scored. We're both gold. All right, so Josi, Granlund get one, and then Arvidsson gets one. So they jump out to a 3-0 lead, the Nashville Predators do. It's a real tough start to his Sabres career for Shesterkin. But then they've got Jack Campbell in net, the Nashville does. Holy crap. So then Olafson and Reinhart, our 2 right wingers, come back and get goals to make it a 1-goal game. After the second period, Geno Malkin is a Nashville Predator, and Jeff Skinner scores to bring it back within 1. Let's go ahead and do this game, the third period at 8 times, and see what happens. All right, so they're barely out shooting us, but they do get a power play, and Matt Duchene buries a power play goal. So we've given up 2 power play goals. Yep, 2 power play goals. And they have another one, and nothing on that one. So good penalty kill cleans it up. But Ilya Mikheyev on Malcolm Subban. Ooh, Shesterkin gets pulled in his first game as a Sabre. I think that's going to be a wake-up call, though. I feel like he's going to come back from that and be like, you know, guys, I'm sorry. I got to play better. If not, then we're in serious trouble because we don't really have backup plan because even though Malcolm Subban's an 82, he plays bad. All right, so I said 2 weeks, but I say let's go month by month. This has got to be kind of a quick video. No reason. They've been being a little too long recently, I think. Shootout loss to Florida. Big win over Montreal. I almost called them Carolina. Columbus gets we get win over Columbus and Arizona. Ignore the draft. We also get a big 4-1 win over the Jets of Winnipeg. A 1-goal loss to Boston. 6-3 win over the Habs. Once again, forgot the name. That shows you I'm just a fake hockey fan. Just fake, bro. I don't even know what I'm talking about. That big 5-1 win over the Blues and a 5-3 win over the Ducks. Let's check the stats. Okay, so the first line, Roddy, 3 goals and an assist, +6. That's his role. I don't think he's ever going to be a huge goal scorer. Because let's even just check in his stats, right? Even in like La Liga, I don't think that's what it's called. It's not called La Liga. Just in Liga, La Liga is like, that's soccer or some shit. I just made it up. That sounds, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So in Liga, he scored. Now this is as a child against men, but still, he came in. He scored 6 goals, 5 goals the year before that. He doesn't score a lot. He did score 17 in Rochester, and then scored 20 last year. But he didn't even put up half a point a game. But he's on pace for a little less than half a point a game right now. I mean, he's 1 point below half a point a game. But he's putting up a lot more goals this year. He's also shooting 12.5%, but he did shoot 13 last year. And he shot 11.5. So who knows what his actual average will be. So he is more of a defensive player, and he's plus. I didn't check his giveaways and takeaways. Hold on a second. I don't even know if this is actually a good stat. I just see people using it. Yeah, last year, holy shit, he was 85 to 40 giveaways, takeaways. So he's a really good defensive player. He's 6-6 right now. 1 block shot. I'm not really concerned about blocking shots. You don't have to block shots if you never give up the puck. Eichel, 9 points in 10 games, of course. What a legend. No, I'm way over there. He's 8-4. I'm not really concerned about his giveaways and takeaways though. So 3 goals and 6 assists for old Captain Jack on only 29 shots, which I guess it's only 10 games? Yeah, 10 games. So can't really complain. Victor Golofsson, his ass might be, let's just say the seat he is sitting in, his seat on the plane when he gets down on it and when we're traveling to Winnipeg, let's just say it's a little warm, okay? Was pretty dissatisfied with his season last year, and if he doesn't turn it around, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it to pay a guy almost $9 million for 20 goals if he doesn't really provide anything other than his goal scoring? You tell me. Oh, and he has 2 goals and 1 assist. Not great. Audie Roddy has more than him. Jeff Skinner, 6 goals, 2 assists. He continues to play well. I mean, so this is the start of the sim that year. I mean, 54. He had a rough year, didn't quite break 30, 34, 37. He's on pace right now for he's over half a goal a game. He's on pace for over 40 something goals. So that's awesome for him. No assists. So Middlestat has a goal and 6 assists. So does that mean that just Reinhart? Yeah, Reinhart has all the points. Reinhart has 15 points. Coming off of a career year, 96 points. Oh, not even a career year. He had a 98-point season in 2020. That was the year we won the. That was the first year of the sim, right? Where we won the Presidents, and then we got swept in the first round by Florida, I believe, or we didn't. We won the division. I don't think we won the President's Trophy. We were 2 wins away from the Presidents or something like that. I'd have to go back and check, or you would have to go back and check. So not quite career year last year, but he did win a cup and the Jennings, not the Jennings. That's the goalie trophy, the Conn Smythe. That's what it's called. So he's on pace. He's having a good year again. Love that. You love to see that from Sam Reinhart, a nice player on a good deal. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Martin Alberts or Matthew Alberts. I was Martin Kaut, Matthew Alberts. That's what it is. Takes a lot of penalties, but he scores some fucking goals too, baby. Holy crap. He's got 5 goals, no assists in 10 games. He's gonna. What is that called when you just get all the goals and none of the assists? I forget. Elias Anderson 3 and 9. Oh yeah, Matthew Alberts is definitely staying up. We already burned the first year of his contract because he's in Buffalo, but like, regardless, like, who cares? Because he played 10 games in Buffalo. I mean, he played 9 or whatever. Yeah, he played 10, so his first year is burned. But who cares? I mean, he's half a goal a game. Can't complain about that. He's playing third line. Does take a lot of penalties though. Would like to clean that up, Matthew. Elias Anderson plays a lot of penalty kill time for this team, I believe. He has a shorthanded goal already. He's got 3 power play assists and a shorthanded goal. That's a two-way player right there. Picked him up for Stuart, or I think it was Stuart Copeland or something. Copeland. It was Copeland. All right, it was the goalie prospect we drafted a few years ago in I think the first round or second, and he was like, we had to sign him. He had to play on our AHL team, and he still had high potential, but he was only like a 54 overall or something, like, or 60 something. Like, he wasn't gonna play. He wasn't good enough. Bjorkstrand, goal, 5 assists. Can't complain. Suzuki, goal. Oof. Everybody else has been plus. The Suzuki, goal, 2 assists, -4. Martin Kaut, goal and assist, -4. Calle Yarncroke, 2 goals and an assist, -4. I guess he can't complain too much. Here's what I'm going to do. Going to give this next month, I guess, or whatever, to Dalcal and put Suzuki on the right and see how that goes. So let's go through sim, I guess, another month, or here. Let's sim to Thanksgiving, which American Thanksgiving, that is, which would be the 23rd, I think. I think that's the rules of Thanksgiving, is it's like, if it's the 30th, it's not Thanksgiving. I don't remember, some shit. It's like the last Thursday in a full week of this November. Whatever. So against the Kings, 7-3 win. 6-0 win over Ottawa. I do not want to give up a second round pick for Pat Maroon, but I mean, it's not the terrible trade. 5-4 win, 3-0 win, 4-3 win, 4-3 win. Come on, boys. 3-2 loss, 3-2 overtime loss. That's a point, though. 5-4 shootout win, 5-2 loss to the Devils, 4-1 loss. So we lost a couple games, but, like, we're still kicking ass. So I think we're going to be okay. Let's check Dalcal. And then, Sam Reinhart has 35 points in 21 games or whatever. Holy crap. Everybody's still doing pretty well. This second line, look how Sam Reinhart's a plus 26, people. What, he's got 35 points and he's plus 26. Is there like a... Oh, and he's got 8 power play points, so knock that off. That's like legit. He has as many plus. He's as plus as he has 5-on-5 points. Right? Because, yeah, 35 minus 8 would be 25. No, 20. Maybe 20. 29 or 27. Sorry. Don't know why that math was so hard. It would be 27, I think. So he's 1 point off from... So he's given up, like, 2 goals. Is there, like, goals against while on the ice? I don't even know. That would be cool if it was, like, a actual goals against while he was on the ice. This second line is killing it. The third line slowed down a little bit. Albert's got only 1 goal in that period, in that area. Anderson didn't do great. Bjorkstrand, I don't know. Dalcal didn't really do shit. Kaut didn't do anything. Neither did Suzuki. But we did win big. We started out real hot there. I think we're going to put... let's put Yarncroke back in. And then we'll put Suzuki back on his off wing. We might end up having to put Alberts. Albert takes a lot of penalty minutes. He's a two-way forward, but dude, you got to, like, I don't know what that means. I guess he's just really physical. Realistically, he should be playing fourth line minutes. But if you put him on the fourth line, he messes all the chemistry up. Yeah, like if you put... Yeah. So we're going to leave Alberts. Oh, I haven't been checking defensemen. Hold up. Forgot to check the defensemen. Got to see how they're doing, and I got to switch Haig and Mike Riley. I'm sorry. Okay, so Darlene has 20 points. 8 points for Yokoharu, 10 for Pilot, 10 for Montour, 2 for Haig, but he's actually plus. 4 for Cale Fleury. I'm going to play Mike Riley for the next period or the next section of the season. Oh, and I'm assuming the goalies aren't doing that bad because we're winning. So they can't, I don't know, they can't be doing that bad. We're winning and we're not giving up like a shitload of goals. Like if there was, 2 shutouts just in that last time? I mean, there's been a couple shutouts. Like we can't be doing that bad. This time we are going to go to Christmas. We're actually going to go to Christmas Eve game against the New York Islanders, and we're going to watch that one just for funsies. 4-1 loss against Chicago. That's not good. Yeah, that's fine. Good year for rookies. That's good to hear. 7-5 loss. Ooh, I don't like that. That was probably a Malcolm Subban game. 3, no thank you. Yeah. Ooh, Ekman in a third for a third in Grizzlick. How good is Grizzlick? Is he an upgrade over Riley? And what's his name? I mean, he can't be that much. Yeah, I mean, he's only signed for this year. I've already got 2 guys that do the exact same thing, so no thank you. 2 wins against Carolina and Columbus. Big win against Carolina. Loss against Calgary. 2 games against Boston, like a home and home. Oh, and we win both of them by 4 and 5 goals respectively. Okay, another shutout against the Habs. 5-3 win against the Avalanche. Oh, big win. Big shutout win over the Bruins. 3rd and Nielsen for a 3rd. No, thank you. Big win against the Avs. Rybinski and Nielsen for the Spiza in 7th. No, thank you. As we approach... Oh, we will come into this Christmas Eve game against... I'm assuming... Well, yeah, I was going to say one of the worst teams in the NHL, the 2nd worst in their division, after having trounced we beat them by 3, the Pins. So what? We're on a 6-game winning streak coming into this. Are the Washington Capitals any good? No, we have 3 games against teams that are well under 500. Or not well, but are under 500. So let's quick sim this game. I don't even know what you call it. Full sim, quick. Quick sim to me is when you're in the calendar doing the calendar thing. I guess this to me is full sim. So the first period, of course, can't get too cocky. They put us in our place, remind us that we are only human. Kerfoot, Hosang, and Lindback score. Victor Olofsson brings us back within 2. Oh, but maybe we needed a wake-up call. Just remember, hey, we're an NHL team. We need to play our best every night. Adi Roddy and Jack Eichel score. Let's go ahead and see this 3rd period. How is this going to go? We are out shooting them, but are they out shooting us in the period? Oliver Wahlstrom scores on Igor Shesterkin. So every game I watch with Shesterkin, he gives up at least 4. I guess the first one he only gave up 3 goals because then he got pulled for Subban. Power play for Buffalo. Absolutely nothing comes of it. Maybe a couple shots, but not really what we're looking for. We're looking for goals. Oliver Wahlstrom, I think it's Oliver Wahlstrom, comes in, scores his 2nd goal of the night, and just a disappointment. The Eichel, the first line all had a goal, but you'd want to win to have a 7-game. You want to get that 7-game winning streak going coming out of a team that was 13, 19, and 2. You should be better than that. We're going to take this to check our stats. This time to check our stats. We are friggin' 6 points ahead of the Leafs for first in the division. That's pretty acceptable. I'm going to have to give it to us. I mean, good job, me. I don't like how it doesn't add the points up. Like, have a total points thing here. I have to do math. So it's a 25 points, 10 goals, 15 assists for Adi Roddy. 25 points in 37 games. 43 points for Eichel. 21 goals, 22 assists, 27 PIMs, 17 plus minus in 37 games. And he's 27 years old. Jack Eichel's no longer allowed to grow. He's stuck at 96 overall forever. He's got 11 power play points, though. Last year, he had 31 power play points. And the year before he had 34 when he had his like career year. All that happened last year was he just stopped scoring goals stopped scoring goals at 5-on-5. He only scored them on the power play. Not only, but he had more power play goals, ended up with less overall goals. I mean, if he has 50-something goals, he's back into 100-point territory. But that's last year. Like I said, clean slate. I'm complaining about a team that won the Stanley Cup. I don't know. I mean, that's how you stay great, right? Is you complain or you try and work to fix the things that are not working as well as they were when you were winning. So, 43 points for Eichel. He's hanging over point a game. 37. So, Olofsson's on pace for 30 again. So, 37 games, 15 goals. He's on pace for at least 30. So, that's an improvement. He saw a huge drop to his shooting percentage last year. So, maybe I was just complaining for no reason. Maybe I should just stop doing that. Skinner, 15 goals, 19 assists. He'll probably end up with right around the same he did last year, too. Middle stat, though. This has an interesting case. He needs to have a good year. He's an 88 overall. Like, he's growing. He's 25 years old. He's an 88 overall. He is playing second-line center, but I don't know, 69 points last year, and 24 of them are power play points. Like, you'd like to have more than, 45? 45 points from your centers, or from your second-line center. Especially as an 88 overall, and you're paying him. How much are we paying him? $8 million? I don't know. I would have liked to see more from him. Sam Reinhart. He's the story of the year. Like, his last year, year 4 was fantastic. Came out. Yeah, and he's just riding that high. He's 51 points in 37 games. Plus 33. He's past his number. I was going to say is his number, but his number's only like 23. He doesn't have like a 50. Who's going to win the green jacket on this team for lowest plus minus? Oh, it's going to be Kalle Järnkrok, but Kaut and Suzuki have worked their way back up to even, and he has 14 points. He has 16 points. 9 points for Järnkrok. 7 goals, though, on a fourth line. You can't complain about that. 14 points for Bjorkstrand. 26 for Anderson, playing third-line minutes. Matthew Alberts might score 20 goals this year in his rookie season in the NHL. You can't really complain. If he scores 4 assists and 20 goals, what am I going to complain about? He was, he's a second-round pick from 2 years ago? Yeah, 2 drafts ago. And he's grown really, really well. How's Rochester doing down here? How are the kids doing? Ahmed Ho, or Ahmad Ho. I always say Ahmed, but it's Ahmad. At 22 years old, 15 goals, 7 assists in 29 games. 4 goals, 17 assists for 21-year-old Jean-Luc Foudy, who we traded for from Dallas. Yeah. Who else is young on this team? Holmquist has 13 goals. Wow, Magnus Holmquist. He's that guy that might sneak up on you. He's a 7th-round pick from 2020. That could be an interesting player if he comes up. If he scores a ton of goals, he's one of those guys that just pots goals, and he's maybe like, a lower overall. He's that perfect third-line guy who might put up 20 in a year. Nelson Foster playing pretty well. This line's sound defensively, too, apparently. Matthew Wedman holding it down. Power forward, two-way forward sniper combo down there. Ooh, age 22, Henry Rybinski. This is the guy that I'm always trying to trade, I guess. This is the guy that everyone wants, anyway. I guess he must be on my trade block all the time. He's like the odd man out. Only 4 assists, 29 games, whatever. Lucas Ruzic, Cedarquist is kind of not really even a prospect, 69 overall. Kozhevnikov. Do we have any players that are like really missing out? Oh, I need to trade that Hulsa kid. Vitaly Perezhogin? I have no idea. Kozhevnikov is low elite versus what? Cedarquist is medium top? No, I don't know. I don't really see a reason to change anybody. I don't think we have any D prospects. I think it's just Gavrikov, Marino. Oh, Pavel Fedorov, 19 points in 29 games. He's low top 6. He was, a 5th-round pick? He's a 75 overall. He might grow into that role that Mike Riley and Robert Haig fill in right now. Nelson Nyberg's too old. Yeah, Borgen's too old. Yep, so no real D prospects. One D prospect, but nobody really like. It's not like on forward where we have a couple players who could really be something. Jean-Luc Foodie could be a second line center. Ahmed Ho could be a second line winger. Like these guys are top 6 potential. There's no real top 4 D men in our system, so don't really have to worry about the D. I'm probably not going to check it again if we continue to check the defensemen because there's not really anything there. So now we will move to the All-Star break, I suppose. I would imagine that's this LA game is the last game for the All-Star break. Brad Hunt for second and a third. No, thank you. 2/3 and Nielsen for a third and a fourth. Nah. Tucker Tynan and Henry Rybinski for Thomas Vanek. A third and a fourth. No, thank you. All right, Washington on a Saturday night. Ooh, was that an 8-1 win and then a big win, loss? 5-6 OT win, putting up points at least. 4-2 win, 4-1 win against the Rangers. I hope Shesterkin played that game against the Rangers and showed them what they lost. A couple points paying games. 1-0 win, big shutout there for whoever was playing. 5-1 win over St. Louis. The Rangers 7-1, 7-5 against Dallas. A loss, that is. This is let's quick sim this game. Just skip through the periods. See if we can maybe put up a big number, or we lose 2-1 to the LA Kings, who have like 17 wins or something like that. Jack Eichel scored, and then we don't have to talk about the rest of that. The rest of it's not really important, is it? Is it though? All right, so let's check these stats, specifically the goaltending stats. I'm just going to – oh, my God. Sam Reinhart's already got 74 points, by the way. That's just – this kid's fucking fantastic. I say kid. He's like 28 now or 29. Shesterkin's a 9-10 with 4 shutouts. Malcolm Subban with the resurgence. Did something happen, dude? He went from – he was playing in Vegas. He was pretty good that last year. That 16-game season, he was really good, actually. And then just came to us and fell off a freaking cliff, and we signed him for a few years because he's dirt cheap. He's the cheapest, 82 backup goalie I've ever seen, and he's 30 now. Wow, it's crazy to think Malcolm Subban's 30. It's because this is year 5, so man, he's 25 in real life. He seems so young. I don't know why. I guess he's been around forever, though. But Shesterkin is the real story. 9-10. I mean, compare that to Markstrom. And compare that to him last year. I mean, that's a big improvement over that Rangers team. He's also playing more games, too. I don't know if that's good or not. But he's also winning a lot more and losing a lot less. Much lower goals against average, too. So, good for our goalies. That's awesome. Awesome news for the goaltenders. Roddy kicking ass. Eichel doing pretty damn well. Olofsson, 22 goals. Already passed his goal total from last year. I appreciate that, Victor. It sucks, though, that he needs to play with Jack Eichel. But Jeff Skinner, I said Jeff Skinner might score 30 goals. Because him and Olofsson basically have the same years. Skinner's gone off. He's popped off. He's plus 33. This second line... I said I wanted more points out of Casey Middlestat, but goddamn, if he's going to play like this and consider a line this damn good, I'm fine with it. Is our second line, our second line's clearly our best line, but is our second line like the best line in the NHL? Okay, so Sam Reinhart is leading the NHL in points by 1 point over Leon Draisaitl, which means that do McDavid and Draisaitl play together is the problem. Jamie Benn and Tyler Seguin definitely do. So Sagan and Ben would probably outweigh our guy. Kyler Yamamoto probably plays on that first line too, doesn't he? Probably. It's probably like a McDavid, Draisaitl, Yamamoto pair or trio. Yeah, our guys. I was saying maybe are they the best line in the NHL, but let's check their plus minus. They're the best line in the league plus minus wise. The only person who breaks up our team from being the top 5 players is Cam Fowler, who's having a hell of a year. 49 points in 51 games for a defenseman. 32-year-old Cam Fowler. Is it a contract year? Oof. That sucks. You could be making bank if you rolled up with as a point a game defenseman. Sucks he's not left or right-handed. He'd be making real money. But Middlestat, Reinhardt, Skinner, Montour, Roddy, Olafson's even up there. We got a lot of players. Dahlin. We got a lot of players on the top of the plus minus. Plus minus is a dumb stat, but it's the only stat we've got to go off in the game. So what am I supposed to do? We're also 9 points clear of the second place in our division. So I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to be honest, I don't see anything that needs to happen at the trade deadline, but I will sim to the New York Islanders game just in case I want to get like a left winger, right? I mean, Nielsen and Rybinski, no thank you. I do have that goalie I need to trade, the one that is not going to play. Maybe I could flip him for a left winger to play on our third line or fourth line, actually. No, yeah, because I don't know. Oh, I could get Arttu Ruotsalainen for Jean-Luc Foudy. Is Arttu Ruotsalainen good? Did he grow really well? No, he's still an 80 overall. Why would I? Andreas Borgman? Oh, it's because he's a defenseman. I don't need a defenseman, though. I've got literally Andreas Borgman. I've got 2 of them. Vancouver Canucks fire head coach Glenn Bukaboom. I'm sorry, Bukaboom. 4-3 from over the. Oh my God, this is gonna be the time of year where they're just gonna get bombarded with trades. Oh, we lost big to the Devils back there, but then we get a couple wins, loss, big win versus Minnesota. Ian something Pogge and a second and third for Carlo, Bufflin, Vanek, and a third. That's I don't know. Rybinski and Nielsen for a fourth and a sixth. No, thank you. I'm not going to trade Rybinski. I want to keep him, I think. Ooh, I could get Rasmus Asplund for Rybinski in a third. Yeah, no thanks. No thanks. Ugh, a couple losses right there. Those sting. Those losses sting. I don't need defensemen. If I want anybody, I want a left winger. Just for some scoring depth. Or even defensive depth. Oh, a big 4-0 win over. I'm not even going to try and read the wins. Let's just get through this shit. Or read the trades. I'm not trading anybody. Josh Bailey and Zach Hyman for a first. That was a worse deal than what we got. Oh, Brendan Gaunce. Is Brendan Gaunce the kind of guy I'm looking for? I think he's an 80 overall. He's a 78 overall. He's a fourth line forward. Not even close. Not what I'm looking for whatsoever. Loss. Damn. They pile up this time of year. Some more people getting traded. Nobody really worth noting. All right. So that's a huge win. All right. So we go into the trade deadline. Well clear. We are clearly the team to beat in the NHL. I mean, we are, 7 points clear of the Leafs. Oh, but we're not. The Devils are better than us. And so are the Sharks and the Ducks. Ooh, baby. The Ducks already have 43 wins. The Stars are, wow, we're the worst. Our division just sucks. So does theirs. Oh, my God. Look at how bad this division is. Look how bad the Metro is. The difference is almost 20 points. It's I guess that's 14 points? 14 points clear. Holy shit. All right, so let's find out what we can do here to potentially facilitate some sort of deal. Because I would like Matthew Alberts to play. He has 100. That might be the first time I've ever seen 125. He had 146 PIMs last year. Dude, you take too many penalties. You know that, Alberts. Holy shit. 125 penalty minutes. I don't think that's okay, but whatever. Okay, so what I'm wanting essentially is, I don't know. I don't really know. I was going to say another bottom, a third line winger. Third line left wing. I'm going to do a quick little bit of searching, and if that shows up, I'll make a deal for it. If not, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to sell a whole lot. I'm just going to try and trade that goalie prospect, whichever one it was. Oh, Tucker Tynan's done. He's 905, but he's done pretty well. Hopefully he can come up and be a goalie next year so we don't have to worry about re-signing Malcolm Subban. That would be nice. So we'll be right back, potentially with a trade, potentially not. You'll find out in a moment. All right, well, it didn't take me long to find a trade. The Boston Bruins, who are below 500, it says playoff hopefuls. They look like sellers to me. They are trying to get rid of not one but two left wingers. They're trying to get rid of Jake DeBrusk, but they're also trying to get rid of Anders Bjork. Now, Bjork's having a pretty good year. He's rated as a third-line scoring winger. He's having a pretty good year. I think he actually has more goals than DeBrusk, and he also, I think, has more total points. He is important. He's one thing, though. He's a two-way forward, and he's pretty good defensively. He's pretty good. He's got pretty good defensive attributes. Not overly physical. It doesn't make up his overall from a bunch of physical attributes. He's got good offensive awareness. He's got good defensive awareness. He's just an all-around. He's a good third-line guy, I think. Look at this, though. First of all, he's got 10 power play points, so that's where he's getting a lot of points. But only 2 of them are goals. He does have 1 shorthanded assist, though. That's pretty good. And it says he'll fit on all our penalty kill lines. So look at this, though. The dude he's given the puck away 25 times. He's taken it away from the other team 74 times. So he's having a really good year in terms of offense, defense, everything. So we're going to try and get him. We're going to trade our prospect goalie, Matthias Ekman, who is like the 5th goalie in the system. Like, in terms of depth goalie-wise, we've got Well, first of all, we've got Shesterkin. And then we've got Tynan, who's close to being NHL ready. We've got Subban, we're probably going to lose. We've got Nakamura, who's a few years off, but is hopefully going to be a real player. And then we've got all these, guys. Just, take a flyer on these guys, see what works out. So Ekman is, the 4th goalie in the system, really. We don't really need him because we don't need a 4th goalie. We need a 2nd and a 3rd and a 1st, right? We need a number 1 goalie prospect, and we need that. But that we'll have to take care of through the draft. Hopefully one of these Kuplins and Nakamuras, hopefully eventually one of these guys will work out. If not, signing through free agency seems to be working out for us. All right, we can always make trades. You can always find a player if you need them. So we're going to get rid of him. We're going to get rid of a 2nd-round pick in this year's draft, keeping our 1st. Going to try to. And then Tuominen, who they don't really want, but Jani Tuominen is playing over in Finland right now, and he is not overly amazing. He's a 6th-round pick. He's got a little bit of trade value, and let's just see if he'll sweeten the deal enough that they want him. So he's one of those he's taking a flyer on a guy kind of guys. So let's try and get Anders Bjork here for our 3rd line. And the trade is accepted. Oh my goodness. This is actually legitimately exciting. This might be the best team I've ever built. Now, we are well over the salary cap. So, even though it let us make that trade, we're pretty far over it. Let's see. How much money does... See, Victor Olofsson's the problem. Victor Olofsson makes way too much money. Anders Bjork makes quite a bit of money, too. But what we're going to do is we're going to play out this year. And then we'll deal with all the salary cap shit next year. Who cares? We've got players. We'll be fine. Okay, so this is your new look Buffalo Sabres. Everything's the same. We basically put Bjork where Alberts was, moved Alberts down to Suzuki's spot, pushed Suzuki back to his natural wing as a righty, and then pushed Yarncroke out of the lineup. So hopefully these guys can hang in there. It boggles the mind that Matthew Alberts has 125 penalty minutes. He's like a 2-way forward? I don't know. He just has... And he's got 80 overall discipline. What are you doing? He's just so physical. They don't know how to call the game. He's our Tom Wilson, I guess. So let's sim this game against the Islanders, who have bounced back, by the way. Holy shit, they're back up to 30, 27, and 6. Does that put them in a playoff spot? No, but they're 3 points out of 2nd in their division. Look how bad the Metro is. Oh my God. This is an important game for them. And this is Anders Bjork's first game as a Sabre. So let's see how he does. Reinhardt already has 30 goals, by the way. I don't know if you saw that up there. They come out, they play really well. Shane Gersich, 2 goals. Hosang a goal. Kerfoot a goal. Lehman a goal. It's not what I like to see, boys. I like to see that, though. Who else has scored for us now? Coming into a power play, coming into the third on a power play. So Olofsson, Skinner, Fleury, Reinhardt. I can't, that's the guys you would expect, except for Kel Fleury. But we need a big goal here. And we need a shutdown performance from Igor Shesterkin. Every time I watch a game with Shesterkin, he gets pulled. Every single time. Oh, Bjorkstrand putting us on the map, putting us back within 1. Victor Olofsson scores to tie it late, or I guess halfway through the third. The Islanders get a power play. Oh, I forgot to put Bjork on the penalty kill, so I will do that. But not until overtime is potentially done. Rasmus Dahlin buries it, puts it past Semyon Varlamov. Victor Olofsson, Bjorkstrand, Olofsson, Skinner, Fleury, Reinhardt. This was a game, 7-6. Reinhardt a goal, 2 assists. Victor Olofsson 2 goals. Shane Gersich 2 goals. Props on Shane Gersich. He probably plays 4th line minutes for the Islanders. Reinhardt with a 3-point night again, by the way. Again, just putting up points. He's almost caught his total. He's 10 points back of his total from last year, and we were at the trade deadline. He probably won't put up the best. He's not on pace for beating any Sabres records, but he might beat plus 44. That's a band. No, is that plus 41? The Mark Hoppus side project that him and Travis Barker were in, that was plus 44, wasn't it? He's got the I can't even think of the name of the song. Never mind. I was going to try and make a joke about a song. I don't fucking remember any plus 44 songs. I don't even remember if that's the name of the band. The Decor also. Oh my God. Rasmus Dahlin has 53 assists. Is this a career year? No, he's had 70. He's had 70 the last couple of years. I forget. Like I said, I record these a week apart every time, so I usually forget things that happen in them. And he's got not a lot of power play assists. No power play goals either. Only 7 goals, though, on the year. So what are you going to do? Yoka Haru is doing great. Pilot doing great. Good job, Montour. Nice job, Riley. I think I like Mike Riley more than Robert Haig is what I'm learning. Robert Haig has not played many games for us. That's all I'm saying. Every time I put him in there, he is worse than Mike Riley. Mike Riley has been a trooper. There are just some guy. Every GM mode has that guy who's like that 80 overall guy who just signs with you and just stays with you every time you develop a Max Domi character, or Ty Domi character, sorry, who's like the hometown hero, national nobody guy, every single franchise mode. It always happens, and it's one of the fun parts about it is you get that nice experience of being like, this guy is just, he scores playoff goals or he hits home runs in when you're down by 2 in the wild card game. Igor Shesterkin has had a drop off. I wonder if he's playing too many games. I don't even know if that matters, but he's down to a 902 now. He was a 910 a while back. He's already got 31 and 16. I don't know. I think we're just going to have to stick with it on him. Subban has dropped. Holy shit. Our goalies have been bad in the second half. I wonder why that is. I don't know. Let me put Bjork on the power play or on the penalty kill, and I will be right back. All right, we got Bjork on there. I had to take Martin Kaut off. Just couldn't fit him in. So we got Reinhardt as a center on the first one with Audie Roddy. They both are 5-star rated defensive players, so it doesn't make sense to take either of them off the power play. Might as well let them be, or penalty kill. Might as well let them be PK1. And then the second line on the PK is now Elias Anderson and Anders Bjork. So nice little Swedish connection there on the second line. And I see no reason to not just go right through to this last week. We're going to go to this Florida game here and just see how it goes. So the trade deadline is passed. We immediately lose huge against them. We lose, we win. We shootout win. Come on, over Washington, 4-0 loss. Come on, 5-3 loss. 4-2 win, though, over Columbus. 3-1 win over Dallas. See, this is a little concerning. This is like normally the goaltending was getting better throughout the year with Markstrom. This year it's been like it's getting worse. It started out really well actually, and then it's been getting worse. We do still have 48 wins. But how many points? Oh my god, the Sharks have 111 points already. How many points do we have? Come on, flip around, damn it. Hurry up. We have 101 points. We've already clinched our division with 5 games left. So it doesn't really matter. So I guess let's just see who's leading for trophies. Sam Reinhart has 101 points. Congratulations, Samson. I feel really good for him. 2 years in a row, can he lead the Sabre? Yeah, he's going to. Eichel's an 84-point player. Ike Snipe, baby. What are you doing? We expect 100 from you, son. We expect at least 90. I mean, he'll probably get 90, but it's not over with yet. So we need to find out. Eichel. Okay, so Reinhart and Skinner are on 40-point watch, or 40-goal watch. Olofsson's already got 30 on the year. He could get more. I don't know. Roddy could get 20 again. Elias Anderson's got 20. Anders Bjork hasn't scored a goal since he came here. He got 3 assists. It's something about trading for somebody in the middle of the season. Sometimes it just not fucking work. He's got 46 points this year, and 3 of them are with us. Baby. Hasn't gotten a freaking goal. He is -2 instead of -6. That's disappointing. I was really expecting more out of Anders Bjork. He has helped, I guess, Anderson. I don't know. I don't even know if he's helped anybody. But this is how it always goes, right? We trade for Bugstad, and then what, Winberg last year? Wasn't it Winberg from Columbus? Yeah, so who else? There's nobody really. Anders Bjork is on 20-goal watch, obviously. Yarncrow could hit 15. That would be cool. Matthew Alberts hasn't scored in a while either. Hasn't scored since we put him down on the 4th line. That's kind of it. That's kind of all there is to it. Okay, so basically, nobody's really that close to getting a milestone. Middlestat, Dahlin, 70-point watch. Skinner could hit 80. Eichel could hit 90. He should hit 90. Let's see how high Reinhart can get, though. I want to watch these Reinhart points. So we're gonna take this, and we're gonna sim these games, like just skip through the periods, just to be watching the kind of storyline develop over the next week. I admit to check and see if he was leading the league, anything. Anders Bjork, thank you, scored a goal. Jack Eichel scored with 9 seconds left. But Igor Shesterkin never fails to disappoint. Hey, he won, though. He won. 30. He gave up 2 goals on 30 shots. Like, that's not that bad. That can't be a doomsayer. Olofsson, Eichel, Bjork. So that is what we got. Anything from nothing. We do have a couple Roddy points, though. Roddy Piper. Just absolutely. I love that kid. He seems like a cornerstone piece. He's not one of those. He's not a Reinhart. He probably won't put up 100 points. Although Reinhart's a two-way player, but he puts up a lot of points. He puts up a lot of goals and a lot of assists. He's a really damn good playmaker. So against Detroit takes the early lead. Capobianco. What does that mean? White or something? Capo means, I forget. Suzuki gets a power play goal. Eichel gets a goal. And Anderson gets one. We lose against Detroit. Oh, well, we've already confirmed our position. All right, let's see how this goes against Carolina. I went and I put Bjork on the power play because I would like to try and get him going before we go into the playoffs here. Bach, Timmins. Is that our Timmins? Is it Connor Timmins? And Nazem Kadri. And then Sam Reinhart gets one, though. Oh, and Suzuki and Skinner make it a game. Can we lose in the shootout, but hey, we got a good point from that. We got a big point from that. So, what, Reinhardt 102? Come on, man. You're better than this. 2 games left. Probably not going to put up a bunch of points, but I would like to see Sam Reinhart score 40 one time. Just do it for me, Sam. If you can play it for her, you can play it for me. Olofsson on the power play. Peugeot and White. Fuck. All right. Reinhardt gets a goal with 23 seconds left in regulation to send this game to overtime. I'm a little worried about the team. Normally we were coming in pretty hot into I guess we weren't in the playoffs last year coming in that hot. So 104 points for Reinhardt. I don't think that's going to put him leading any league, even leading the league or anything like that. So let's see. We do get 50 wins. That was our 50th win of the year. So we get the kind of clean round numbers at the very least. Oliver Bjorkstrand gets one. And we're going to go to overtime again. Brandon Montour. Brandon Montour had a hell of a year, though. He was pretty damn good. So what kind of sunk us that? I mean, we could have been like a record-breaking team this year, but what kind of sunk us was our goaltending wasn't amazing. I mean, imagine if this team got like 920 goaltending. Or 910 goaltending. I mean, well, you saw how good we were doing with 910 goaltending. We were absolutely destroyed. We were running the show. So we do end up with 905 and 904 goaltending. So I can't complain too much. We get 9 shutouts from our goalies as well. Malcolm Subban, contract year, had a big year. That's good for him. I hope he makes lots of money in Arizona or wherever. Because next year it's probably going to be what's his name? Tucker Tynan. Tucker Tynan, the first draft pick I think I ever made, right? It was Tucker Tynan, first round. So the regular season has ended. Let's check the counting stats. Let's check on all of the gang. A disappointing year for Jack Eichel. That was a disappointment. I mean, he scores 40 goals, 45 points. You know, he hasn't scored less than 40 since the simulation started. I mean, how many? He's got 300 career goals now. 332 career goals. Like legit. So like 20, 24, or 24, 24, 25, 28, and then the game starts. And 46, 41, 57, 45, 42. So he's a 40-goal man. He's like Austin Matthews, basically. Real life Austin Matthews. Real life Eichel is not that kind of player, but he's great, but he's not that like goal scorer. Like he's more of like a take over the game possession kind of guy. At least from what I understand. I'm not an expert. I don't know. That's what I always hear. Is Matthews has like the potential to be elite. Jack Eichel plays like an elite player. It's almost like the difference between like John Tavares and Matthews. Like they're both great in their own way, but they do different things. Skinner with 40 and 40. I think what we learned this year is that there's one guy in our core who's out, and his name's Victor Olofsson. Like 60 points. I basically had to put him on life support, and he still scored 1 point less than he did last year. Legitimately, he scored 13 power play goals, 16 power play points, so 3 assists on the power play, 11 game winners still. That's because he scored 32 goals, and they were all power play goals. Like 32-28, dude. Like, what? I pay you $8 million, and that's all you bring me is 60 points? I mean, in like literally on the first line power play and on Eichel's wing all year, that's all you can bring me. I mean, Jeff Skinner scored 40 playing. I mean, he was on a great line. It's not like it used to be where the second line is kind of fending for themselves. But I don't know. I might reconsider it, but I'm really disappointed in Olofsson. Roddy did fine. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to look through all the stats either. So let's find out who we're playing, and then let's call it a day. The NHL season is complete. Okay. The Philadelphia Flyers, who we just beat. We actually just played them. That was our last game. So we have a potentially 8-game series. That's going to fuck me up looking at the schedule. I can tell right now that's going to fuck me up looking at the schedule. Why did they do that? I mean, I guess they had to. Ooh, so we're not going out of our division, but that is a team outside of our division. Oh, and then the Leafs and the Lightning will play. The Devils and the Bruins will play. Oh, the Bruins made the playoffs. They sold Anders Bjork and they made the playoffs. Caps Rangers. That Caps Rangers series in like 2015 was fantastic. The game 7 or 7-game one. Out west we got San Jose, Nashville. Calgary, Anaheim, Dallas, Chicago. I bet that's a good one. Winnipeg, Colorado. That's a funny one. That's like a Central Time Zone one or whatever, or Mountain Time. I don't even know if Winnipeg's in Mountain Time. I know fucking nothing about Winnipeg. So I've been Katka. You have a great day. If you would like to see more, come back. We will be doing the Year 5 playoffs next Friday. I do these every Friday. So if you watch any of it, thank you. I appreciate it. You have a great day and take care.